Hey everyone, let's take a look at how you can add a progressive web app to your Nuxt application. But let's also look at what it does and how you can use it in a really cool way. So we have a module, of course, that you can install to get a PWA up and running very easily. And you can find that at pwa.nuxtjs.org. So this goes and tells you the setup, what you need to do, and of course you need to install the module. You can just copy this and then in your terminal using yarn or npm and install the module. And then you need to add into the build modules, basically to tell Nuxt, use this module. And again, you can just copy this and add it in. Now, if you've already set up your application using Create Nuxt App, you might have already selected the progressive web app. And if you have, then this is already done for you and you don't need to do this. If you're unsure, you can always just check in your build modules and make sure it's there. And if not, just add it in. Now, what else do you need to do? So a couple more things. You need to add an icon. Now the icon needs to be 512 by 512 pixels and you need to put it in the static folder and it needs to be called icon.png. And you can put whatever icon you want, whatever. Basically, this is what's going to be when you install it on your desktop or on your mobile phone. That's the icon that people are going to see. So I've just done a really simple one here. I'm just using the Nuxt docs one. So make sure it's in your static folder and that's it. The only other thing you have to do is make sure that the service worker file is ignored in git ignore. Again, if you've already set up your application using Create Nuxt App, this is already done for you. But if you haven't done, then just make sure that's there. And that's it. We now have a progressive web app. So what do we get exactly, right? This is my very simple application. There's nothing here, only just installed the progressive web app module. So I can go into my Chrome DevTools and I can look in application. And what it's going to show me here is I have a manifest and it's going to show me the manifest file, right? And I can see I've got all this PWA, I've got all these icons and I have display, background color, the language, etc. So this has already been created for me. And I can scroll down, I can see the same information is here as well. So I don't even need to open up the JSON file. And there's my icons, right? And look, they've all been done into, different sizes as needed per device. And this is all done for you, which is really, really cool. Now I'm on localhost, so there's not much interesting information going on in this service worker. So let's have a look at the actual live version of the Nuxt website, which has a PWA module installed. And again, we go to application. And here we are, we can see service worker is doing its stuff. It's working in the background and it's getting all the new content. If there's a new build, if something new has happened, it's going to get that for you. And yeah, you can basically look in the storage and you can clear your site data and unregistered service workers if you wanted to, etc. So again, this is all set up and I've added a theme color, so it's going to be nice and green at the top of my application. And you can play around with the things and you can just look at the documentation. For example, you can add a different name, different language, and all the properties are here, so you can play around with it, add your own theme color, etc. Okay, so that's kind of really cool, right? But what's the point of all this? Why do I even want a progressive web app? And okay, progressive web apps are going to help your performance. Your site's going to work a lot faster. You're going to have offline caching going on, so you'll be able to use it. You'll be able to download it onto your mobile, onto your desktop, and use it as an application, which is really, really cool. And let's have a look at how to do that. So there's a little button here, and it says install the app. So it's called Nuxt.js, and I'm going to install it. Now, what that's going to do is, very quickly, it just installed an application and, it's basically running. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger here so you can see it in full view. So I've got my docs, I've got routing, and it's working super fast. This is like an application. It's not, a website, but it's coming from the website and it's working exactly the same. I can, client only plugins. Let me see it. Bang, there you go. So this is kind of really cool. I work only on the client side, right? So you can see how that is working. just as an application. And I can do kind of really cool things. So it's down here. I can keep it in the dock. So yeah, now it's always, always in my dock and easy to open. So I don't have to like go to Google Chrome and try and find the Nuxt.js docs. They're just constantly going to be there. And I can even do really cool things like this. Let's see if it works. Open Nuxt.js. Yes! And there you go. I can just ask Siri to open up the Nuxt.js docs. Because it's an application, it's saved as a progressive web application on my desktop, and I can just ask Siri to open it. And that saves me so much time when I'm looking for something in the docs. And I can make it full screen, I can make it smaller, I can do whatever I want, but it's just there, and all new content is coming from the service workers, which just makes it really, really cool. And that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. Make sure you're adding progressive web apps to your applications. If you've got a website up and running, add it and install it and ask Siri to open up. It's really good fun. And yeah, just keep creating cool things with progressive web apps and with Nuxt. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you. Bye.